Good morning, Friday, July 26th, beginning of day 24, getting ready to depart Buchanan Shelter. We have this strange thing in the sky today.
Actually broke these out.
Yeah, apparently there's sun, or at least I think that's what it's called. And we are hiking 9 miles, 10 miles, I'm not sure, down to the Duxbury Road, and we will get picked up and have a nice, warm, dry place to stay and get laundry and showers and wash my socks
So
like
we're going to
10
start off
times
the
over.
morning by saying our gratitude is we're thankful for friends
Yes.
and family.
Yep. Without them, this would have been that much harder. So we'll bring you the trail today. Buchanan Lodge has a nice picnic table area. You can look out onto the non-view. That's the pretty much the view. But it's got windows up high that you can open up, and they've got screens to try to keep some of the mosquitoes out. It's definitely a unique shelter. So this is the trail up out of Buchanan Shelter. Second half, yeah. We're already about halfway back to the trail. That is the one disadvantage of camping. Down here, it is a long 3/10 of a mile, but much more pleasant this morning than it was last night in the pouring rain.
Definitely.
9:30 a.m. and we are finally up to the Long Trail. Mostly down today.
So you got nice solid ground where the rocks make a pathway for you. And then with all the rain, the groundwater, not a place for things to run off. Slippery when wet. Those are some other hikers' footprints. Pretty much as soon as you leave it, fills up. There are plenty of water sources this time around. Just checking out this beech tree. Got a little wiggle to it. Happens to be one of the trail markers too, which is kind of nice. One of the other cool parts is all these little details that you see in the woods. Fungi. So many things to observe if you just stop and take a moment. And these things are itty bitty. So just to give a little scale, there's my dirty pinky finger. But kind of neat to watch them wrap around the trunk of this tree. Back to the trail after snack.
There's these strange spots on the trail. Tup says they're from the sunlight, but oh, sun dappled. Okay, she said it's sun dappled. But the other than the mud that we've encountered, the trail has been pretty pleasant so far this morning, and no rock climbing today. Just regular rocks, roots, and mud, which I can deal with. There's stretches of trail where I can actually hike and video at the same time. Hasn't been happening much the last few days. So we're going to take a short side trail, a spur out to, which I'm pretty sure is a view, unless the trees have grown in since the last time we were through here, which sometimes has happened. Look at that, it's muddy out to the view. What a shock. Got Lake Champlain way out in the distance. And this side trail is maybe 100 feet long, so it's not like a long way to go to get this view. Today's trail term is switchbacks, and they're not very common on the long trail, but we're on one now. Tupt is down there and I'm up here, and fairly soon it'll switch back again. And the idea is, yes, you're walking maybe a little farther, but you're gradually going up the incline rather than straight up the incline. It makes it for easier hiking. See, there's Tupt again. She's on the next part of the switchback. So you're gaining elevation slower, but it is easier walking this way. I think another advantage of switchbacks, and this might be part of the reason they're constructing trails that way now, is this area is, we're going to see in a little while, we're going to come out on the road where there was a big washout, and so far this section of trail is in excellent shape, and it's probably because the water doesn't have a chance to just run straight down it like so many other sections of trail where if you're just going straight up and down the mountain and the water's running right down it, whereas this one going back and forth, water doesn't have as much of a chance to do damage to the trail because it's been in excellent condition so far. So since I haven't done trail terms in a little while, we're doing a twofer today. This is an example, a fine example of a water bar. So it's supposed to divert water off the trail. The rocks are upright here. And as you can see where the water has run off the trail, and the trail below it is dry. So that is a very good water bar. So if you see rocks that are upright, don't try and knock them over because they're there serving a purpose. Enjoying our pleasant walk hike down to the Notch Road in a pleasant little stream, but by the looks, had we been here 2 weeks ago, it wouldn't have been quite so pleasant. You can see a big pile of debris right over here. I'll zoom in. Now I'll zoom in on the tree. There's a bunch of, you can see all that debris behind the, so there had to have been a lot coming down in that storm. Yeah, I would imagine that this little gentle stream crossing a couple of weeks ago would not have been something that would have wanted to have crossed. I think I know we made a good decision flip-flopping. Because, yeah, it would have been interesting when we got here. So we are just about to come out onto the Notch Road, which will begin the long road walk portion of our hike. Generally it's not quite as much road walking, but due to the flooding again this year, the portion along the river is still closed. So we will be walking on road for about the next 4 miles or so.
You don't think much about a water droplet until they all get together and see what they can do.
So the road is majorly washed out. All the way down there, all the way up the hill. Amazing. It is appreciated when this road is open that they have this light to let vehicles know that there are pedestrians in the tunnel. At least they have a nice mowed section along Route 2 here, so we're not walking right on the road. Once we cross the Winooski River Bridge, we'll be walking on the Duxbury Road for a while longer than normally would on this trail. So we went from 58 degrees at the shelter this morning to 87 degrees along Route 2. Tupt has broken out for sunshade. I can't blame her. It is warm down here by the river. We need a new sign. This one says 261 miles. They're cheating us. It's at least 272. You can see where the water had come through. Here we're almost to the Winooski River Bridge. This is what the trail looks like right now. And trees that are been blown over or flooded over here. I'm not sure. I guess the power of the water probably took them down. Did not look like this when we came through here 3 years ago. Probably looked very similar to this last summer. About to go across the Winooski River Bridge. This is debris from the flood caught in the fencing going up the stairs. They were wise in construction, building it so high above the river. You can see the river's still pretty dirty even a few weeks later. Thankful the bridge is still intact. So there's the bridge that we just crossed over along the river here. And then the road walk.
There's not really a
Shoulder.
edge to walk on anyway, but this spot seems to have even less.
Yep. They were cones. And this is our view. More road. Definitely prefer to do the walk along the river.
What's the term for it?
Yellow blazing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you get picked up by a car. Skip miles. We're earning these. Pretty sure that's where we were earlier this actually this morning, but not 100% certain. But down on the road walk, we've now completed the road walk portion that was added due to the closure of the trail by the river. Now this is the part of the road walk that you have to do anyhow. Getting closer to the parking lot and our pickup, or getting picked up. This is the end of day recap for Friday, July 26th, day 24 on the Long Trail. Upton and I hiked 9.5 miles from Buchanan Shelter to the Duxbury Road, and that to our friend Hawkeye's house, and had a wonderful meal, got cleaned up, and ready to get back on trail. It was a beautiful day yesterday, and because I'm doing this recap in the morning as I'm starting my way up Camel's Hump, and look forward to bringing you the views today.